It might have taken 3.5 years for me to collect all the gems from my previous prediction, but it looks like this recent Reebok Nutrition announcement makes me the newest owner of the Infinity Gauntlet. And for those that didn't get the Avengers reference, it's okay because I'm not some Marvel comic nerd or even someone that's seen any of the countless movies either. Regardless, in a piece of May 2021 content, I opened the YouTube video by asking if a recent M&A transaction between a global fitness company and nutritional supplement brand signaled more lookalike activity could be coming. And while the deal between F45 Training and the family owned Australian nutritional supplements brand True Protein didn't work out for numerous reasons, it was a strategic optionality exploration, which happened later in the content that connects everything back to the Avengers Affinity Gauntlet reference. But instead of Thanos searching for soul gems to control over the six aspects of existence, I've been searching for proof of previously predicted strategic options to become the king of spotting valuable patterns from the most disparate of data points within the functional CPG space. So let's take a crazy ride through how this all ended up playing out. And before I get started, just know that the foundational support for this pattern recognition was coming from previous examples like Beachbody and Shakeology that utilized a platform strategy combining fitness media and or fitness equipment with nutritional supplements. And then if you consider the timing of that original content, it led me to explore if major connected fitness companies like Peloton, Mir, or Tonal would make similar M&A moves, or maybe even internally create or launch their own supplement brands. While I stated the likelihood that any of these three major connected fitness companies getting into selling supplements would be low, I concluded that the most likely of the three would have been Mir because it could potentially leverage the lifestyle brand equity built by its parent company, Lululemon. But sticking with the Avengers analogy for a bit longer, here's when the final step of the quest gets created, as I explored three strategic paths available in making this hypothetical Mir Lululemon supplements a reality. And these were obviously entering the supplement category through acquisition, internal brand development, or creating a strategic partnership. But while Lululemon never advanced past the personal care side of consumer packaged goods that it introduced in 2019 and ultimately decided to discontinue the Mir equipment last year, other major lifestyle brands that would also be predominantly known for athletic apparel and or fashion decided recently to extend into nutritional supplements by leveraging each of those three strategic paths. The first example was ALO Yoga that internally developed its 3 SKU Stackable Wellness System that launched in August of 2023. And since then, product feedback has been strong enough that ALO Wellness line has grown to 13 SKUs in total now. Next, an example of entering the supplement category through M&A happened in January 2024 when NOBULL acquired Tom Brady's wellness company TB12. And quickly before I examine the Reebok Nutrition news, I'm intentionally overlooking and not counting when Gymshark strategically partnered with Applied Nutrition to create a pre-workout supplement in January of 2023, mainly because it was a one-off LTO. But that being said, the recent Reebok announcement officially provided me with that final strategic path example in which major lifestyle brands, predominantly known for athletic apparel, could extend into nutritional supplements. And the multi-billion-dollar global brand, now owned by Authentic Brand Group, decided to enter the ingestible CPG world through maybe the least risky and definitely most comfortable manner of leveraging a licensing strategic partnership. And I state that because ABG knows licensing extremely well, as it's the world's largest sports and entertainment licensing company. While the image shared is about a year old now, it still shows you the sheer breadth of powerhouse brands that ABG owns, from Reebok and Champion to Sports Illustrated, which in total generate over $30 billion in global annual retail sales. So, who's the strategic partner ABG chose for Reebok Nutrition? That would be Generation Joy, which is admittedly not a company I had ever heard of prior to this Reebok Nutrition announcement. From a quick search, it seems Generation Joy was founded in 2016 by certified holistic health coach Joy Harari. The first, or at least the most commercially successful creation from Generation Joy, is a nutricosmetic or cosmeceutical mashup brand leveraging marine collagen called Shore Magic. According to the press release and also noted on the Shore Magic website as well, Generation Joy has a foundation of integrity, clean and pure ingredient sourcing, and a commitment to efficacy rooted in science. So, again, though I'm lacking the personal knowledge of the parent company, brands, or products in its portfolio or its leadership team, it also shouldn't inherently imply anything negative because I have supplement industry blind spots like anyone else. Additionally, you trust that ABG would have extremely high standards in vetting its strategic partners, even if within that same press release there's quotes from Generation Joy that use phrases like formulated a disruptive performance system and we're aiming to revolutionize sports nutrition. But regardless of that PR fluff, what's more important to examine here is one, why did Reebok decide now is the time to enter the sports nutrition market? And two, what could impact the probability that Reebok Nutrition will be successful? So let's start with the timing aspect because ABG has done a relatively great job at improving the Reebok brand that was left largely to fail by swiftly expanding its distribution partners and building deeper relationships with certain retailers. Additionally, a joint venture between ABG, Simon Property Group, and Shein called Spark is running the US operations of Reebok, and it recently transferred certain Reebok licenses to other licensees and now primarily focused on the apparel business. Furthermore, after a few years of searching for a new identity post CrossFit partnership, Reebok has leaned back into its sports roots. And I mention all of that hopefully to give you a glimpse into the last 3 years filled with change at Reebok. Whether that's new ownership, strategic or corporate restructuring, or heritage brand transformation. But it's also that immense amount of change that can oftentimes cloud judgment around risk return trade offs. So when Reebok leadership states that a performance line of nutritional supplements is a natural extension, it's technically sound logic because these activewear brands aren't just selling apparel, they're attempting to sell a lifestyle. Reebok needs to continue innovating around their target consumer specific lifestyle, but more importantly, those innovations must also nurture its brand ethos and attitude. But with Reebok surrounded by change, it can't extend or curate an entire lifestyle when it's still attempting to reestablish itself as a distinct brand in the market. Instead, the most ideal timing of introducing a tailored collection of nutritional supplements would have likely been during the upswing of the CrossFit era that arguably defined Reebok in the 2010s. Regardless, let's shift this final part of the content into examining a few areas that could impact the probability of success long term for Reebok Nutrition. And we can start at what I was just referring to around ensuring the market knows what Reebok stands for and why it exists, essentially cementing that distinctive brand identity. Reebok must again master that artistic and scientific approach to creating a unifying central idea with the right combination and orchestration of all brand elements. And about a month ago, Reebok introduced a new brand anthem, Sport is Everything, which highlights its return to sport featuring its global roster of athletes and artists. And while I believe this is a great foundation for Reebok, execution around bringing that distinctive brand identity to life is outside the control of Generation Joy. Again, its licensing partner on Reebok Nutrition. But even if they did have some input, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, after glancing at the Shore Magic marketing efforts, I'm confident they wouldn't create a level of impact needed for a multi-billion-dollar global brand, anyways. Regardless, having a distinctive brand identity is such an important aspect, especially within extremely competitive, low barriers to entry CPG categories like sports nutrition. And that's why I get really nervous when seeing Generation Joy being quoted saying things like, "We've formulated a disruptive performance system that fuels fitness from within. Not only did we create products informed by cutting edge data, but they taste amazing too." So even if the Reebok branded product range, which currently includes two flavors, each of three different categories, a whey collagen protein blend called Rebuild, a pre workout creatine supplement called Re Energize, and a hydration amino product called Recover, was the most disruptive performance system, as they dubbed it. The sports nutrition niche of the supplement industry is simply a sea of generic, forgettable, transient product claims. But again, I'll chalk those product quotes up to PR fluff, as one, the products don't even meet that disruptively innovative threshold, and two, that wouldn't have even been aligned with the broad audience of Reebok, anyways. Instead, Generation Joy can only control how strategically aligned Reebok Nutrition products are to the in process Reebok distinctive brand identity. Additionally, Generation Joy needs to advocate for as much integration as possible into how Reebok is bringing that disruptive brand identity to life. And that's because when product based differentiation proves unable to provide a long term defensible moat, brand distinctiveness transforms a product from a commodity into a perfectly great experiential foundation for brand storytelling. So, I'm talking about media or content integration into various aspects of the new Reebok Fitness app, corporate social media or its website, outside creator relationships, and the opportunity to leverage some of its global athletes and artists. But currently, that all seems unlikely, as I haven't spotted Reebok Nutrition anywhere in media or content. Moreover, just getting to the Reebok Nutrition page on the main website is almost impossible, with the shop now pointing you to Amazon listings. And while I'm sure Generation Joy has some additional distribution strategies in the works, with maybe even some Hail Mary type Reebok website stores or app bundling offer integrations available, the current sales velocities on Amazon are poor for those listings to be active for 2 months now. I'm also not confident that result changes for Generation Joy with time unless they bring in some outside experts, as their Shore Magic brand also doesn't perform well on Amazon. But I just wanted to end with some quick final thoughts. Whether it was ALO launching its stackable wellness system, NOBULL acquiring TB12, or the licensing deal around Reebok Nutrition, there's still something uncommon about very large activewear brands getting involved within the supplement industry at any level. And because of that, there isn't exactly a ton of business cases that can allow us to see into the future to predict the success of Reebok Nutrition. Yet, if you're holding my feet to the fire for a prediction, I'd say all things consistent with the information now, there's too much working against that licensing effort, and short shelf life Reebok Nutrition products will likely find itself heading to off price retailers like TJ Maxx in the near term. But I hope you enjoyed the first principles thinking that went into my latest YouTube video. If you did, can you do me a favor by hitting that like button? That quick and free action helps YouTube know my content is worth spreading to more people. Also, we're getting really close to reaching my next subscriber goal, and it would be great if you join me on this journey. But to do that, we need to fix the fact that slightly more than 3/4 of you that are watching this video right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, and that hurts my feelings. Regardless, I want to thank you for giving me some of your attention and time, and I'll see you on the next one.